here. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you've been with me for a while, last year I did my empties once a quarter, and along with those empties I would do everything that I was sending to Project Beauty Share videos just to share what I decluttered. A lot of times it was eyeshadow palettes from my No Pan Left Behind challenge, etc. And I wasn't sure how I would incorporate that into 2022 because I'm doing monthly empties. I'm not going through my eyeshadow palettes as fast as I was doing it last year. So what I've decided to do is just do an eyeshadow palette declutter. So I'm going to walk you through everything that will be leaving my collection in the coming months. This is just going to be eyeshadow palettes. I mentioned in my makeup confessional, I don't know which one is going to go up first, but that I am going to eventually go through all of like my brushes, my bronzers, and my highlights, send Project Beauty Share the ones that are either too deep or just don't work for me, and then kind of whittle down my collection that way. I don't want to have to throw away product. I've already had to throw away a couple of things because they've gone off, and that's on me for having too much shit. So I really don't like declutter videos where they're like, I'm decluttering $5,000 worth of products or something like that. I don't know. Those just rub me the wrong way. Or when like Laura Lee and was it Kristen Dominique had like thousands of palettes, and I'm like, oh, I just feel so wasteful. And maybe they donated them to charity. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not a huge declutter fan. So that's why I don't necessarily call it a declutter, but it's kind of what it is. So that was a whole rambling mess. Don't mind me. It's been a rambly kind of day. Okay. So I don't know that we're going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to pull from the front. So I'm going to tell you which ones are going to actually have to go in the garbage and which ones are going to go to Project Beauty Share. The first one is this one from Revolution. And this was their jewel collection from, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. Unfortunately, this one's going to be a declutter to the trash. It's a really pretty color scheme, and back when I hadn't tried a whole lot of eyeshadows, I really loved Makeup Revolution's formula. They are very hit or miss, but now that I've kind of tried other things, there's only 3 mattes in here, and the shimmers are okay, but they're not great. So like I said, unfortunately this one's going to have to go in the trash because of its age, but I did get some use out of it, so that's something. One that is going to Project Beauty Share is the Popcorn palette. I picked this up. You could probably tell why I picked this up. Again, these shimmers are pretty and the mattes blend fairly well. It's just I haven't reached for it, and I've had it for over a year. So this one's going to go. The other one that's going to go is this one. This one kind of hurts. I really liked this palette. This is the Tasty Avocado palette. I'm not going to open this. I need to repress a shade before I send this on to Project Beauty Share. If you've seen Jeffree Star's Blood Money palette, it looks exactly like this, and this one came first. If you are looking to try something from Makeup Revolution, the quality in this palette is really, really good. Again, I can't speak for the rest of them, but this one is really, really good. Another one from Makeup Revolution that's going is this one. This is the Revolution Reloaded Provocative. These are I think they're $7 palettes. These are also really good. I really love, I mean, come on now. This is a man, a color story, but I have added more palettes in my collection with these colors, so they're not something that I need, and I would reach for those palettes over this. So this one, go into Project Beauty Share. This one hurts me the most. I just bought this palette. This is the Flamingo palette from Violet Voss. I just bought this from BoxyCharm back in December. This is what it looks like. I was doing this No Pan Left Behind style in Bingo, I think for the prompt Animal. I don't know if this palette is out of date, expired, or if she changed her formula, but this is not the Violet Voss formula that I know and love. I don't know what this crap is, but it ain't, it ain't her regular formula. So it's not bad. I mean, it's good. If someone doesn't have anything, it's good. It'll work. It'll do. And I only paid like $12 for it. So it's not like I'm out a huge amount of money, but it's like, I hate when brands do that. BH Cosmetics done that. and I think that's part of the reason why they went under. ColourPop tends to do that now. Like, I hate when they do that. It's like, let's be consistent. Sigma did that to me. It's like, let's be consistent through all of the palettes. Why can't we do that? So this one is a bummer, but yeah, I tried. One that kind of pisses me off is this one. This is the Juvia's Place Walhalla palette. I hate this. I think I mentioned, I think this was in Deca Painting, Roulette Paint collab last year. I don't remember. Danny and I were FaceTiming and I was trying to make this row work. The mattes wouldn't show up. They wouldn't blend. Like, maybe someone fair could do, and am I gonna pass? I don't even know that I would pass this along to Project Beauty Share. I may just depot these two multi-chromes for my collection, because the shimmers are fine. They're not great, but they're fine. But the mattes are, Jesus, Mary Josephine. Yeah, I may hold on to those two shades. But yeah, it's like I said, I don't know if it's the formula. I bought it when the Walhalla 2 released. And I had tried it once and I was like, meh. And I was like, okay, I'll give my opportunity to try it again. And I did, and it's like, no thank you. No thank you. So that one, yeah, I'm gonna depot those. Depot the ones I want and get rid of the rest. A colorful one that I'm getting rid of is this one. This is Beauty Glaze Color Fusion. Beauty Glaze, I think, is actually, I don't know exactly where they're based, but this is their rainbow palette. I guess I could hold it up. The only shade, these two shades, I would probably depot these two shades. The mattes aren't that bad. The shimmers are pretty. You know, they show up. It's just a huge rainbow palette that I don't think I will ever get any use out of. Again, except for these two shades. And I'm not going to depot something that I'm going to send to Project Beauty Share. Let me show you this red. And let me swatch this shade. Maybe I do have a shade. Oh, Steve. I mean, look at that red. That's beautiful. For a... I actually don't know how much this was. But, again... really good rainbow product. It's really pretty. The shimmers are really, really nice. It's just not something that I've reached into. And along those same veins are these. These are from You Can Be. This is the Twilight and Dust palette. This is one that's supposed to be duping, I think it's Huda's Desert Dusk or whatever. And then this is You Can Be Aromas. And this is what this looks like. This is supposed to be duping the new nudes. I actually was going to put this in Project Level Up because I wanted to pan this shade called Misty. It's really pretty. These are all really pretty, but I decided I just want to go ahead and send it along while it's still in good shape. So these three are going to Project Beauty Share. This one, if you saw my pan those eyeshadows, this is kind of what got their ball rolling. This is the Royals palette from Profusion. And I had initially rolled in this to pan. And I worked on it probably 2 or 3 times. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep this palette. This isn't a color story that sings to me at all. So I decided to go ahead and send this on to Project Beauty Share, and that's what kind of spurred me going through the rest of my palettes and deciding what I was going to keep and what I was going to send. I may even whittle it down even more going forward, because let me show you the ones I'm on the fence about. These glitter palettes from Profusion. This is the Ruby Gems. So you guys know I love glitter. I love the Vanny glitter. These are not Vanny glitter. These are like, you have to have glitter glue. But there's some colors that I don't own, that I don't have from Vanny either, like the red. And then it's like, well, I'm gonna see how often do you wear red? And I think I put the green one in here. Yeah, no, yeah, no, it's right here. So this one's the Emerald Gems. Again, they're really, really pretty. And then it's like, is someone at Project Beauty Share going to be able to wear glitter? I don't know. So yeah, I'm on the fence about those. We'll see, but yeah. So speaking of Profusion, I'm keeping 2 Profusion palettes. keeping the mauves, which is fan-flippin-tastic. The quality of this is just so good. This is better than the Revolution one, but it's really pretty. You've got some really pretty shimmers, some really great mattes. This formula is really good. These palettes are $5, so I'm keeping this one, and then I'm keeping the one that I'm currently working on in Pan That palette. Those are the two that I'm going to keep. The three that I'm giving away, the first one is this one. This is the Pro Pigment palette. Again, really pretty. This shade in particular is really pretty. I've made a look with this before, but again, I have these shades. It's peach and purple, which I own a ton of, and I would rather pass it along while it's still good to someone who can really get some use out of it. And that's really the whole point and the whole issue. I'm gonna have to wipe these down. And the reason why I send to Project Beauty Share is because they sanitize and then they send it out to not only shelters in their area, but I know they work with some across the country, and I don't have to worry about making sure it's sanitized, etc. And a lot of places around here won't take used makeup. So yeah, anyway, the next one I'm giving away is the Temptress palette. This is one of their older palettes, but I bought it last year, I think. I honestly don't remember, but a really nice kind of cool tone, neutrally type palette. And then last but not least from them is this. This is the Electric Blue palette. This is also really pretty and not bad quality, but I don't reach for this. And if I was going to reach for something like this, I have one from JCat that I really, really enjoy, and it's not this one. So that one's going. I have another one from Violet Voss. This is also another really pretty neutral palette. Ugh. I mean, I would keep it for a couple of shades, but no, it needs to go, Misty. No, no, Misty, no, no. And then last but not least, I have two more Revolution palettes. I am keeping, I think, 3 Revolution palettes. I'm keeping 4 Revolution palettes. I'm keeping the Tammy one, I'm keeping 2 of the Allure ones, and then the Roxy sweater one. And I can show those later. You'll see those later in my eyeshadow palette collection. That's why I haven't filmed that inventory yet. So these are the little dynamic ones. This is Serenity. This is supposed to be a little dupe of the Natasha Denona Glam palette. And then this one is Mesmerized. It's a purpley one, but it's got too many browns. I think this is supposed to dupe the ABH Modern Renaissance. And then the last few things aren't eyeshadows. I have this. This is a bronzer from ColourPop. I really need to clean this up. Initially, I was going to put this in the color Pan, but this is too deep for me. And I'm wearing a really deep bronzer, but this is even deeper than that. And I would rather pass it along. I have a Flower Beauty Liquid Illuminator. That's too dark, that I'm passing along. I'm passing along my brand new Wet n Wild. I have this new kind of like a eyeshadow primer pen, and then I have a Cargo eyeshadow that I bought to use as a bronzer, but again, it's a bit too deep and I would like to pass this along before I can't. Oh, and then last but not least is this. This is a KVD blush, Shade and Light blush. And again, you didn't see this in my inventory because I had already planned to give it away. So that is everything so far that I'm sending along to Project Beauty Share. Like I said, I keep a large priority flat rate box underneath my table, and when I find something that I no longer want or I want to pass along, I put it in that box. When that box is full, I pad it with pads. I had a uterine ablation in 2014, so I no longer have a period. Thank you, Jesus. So I have slowly been sending my sanitary napkins to them, and I use that. They don't want bubble wrap. They would rather you use those instead, so that's what I do. I try to send along toothbrushes and toothpaste that we collect after we go to the dentist. So I try to send along things they need along with the makeup. But yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it, I'm not filming these videos so you guys can praise me or anything like that. If anything, I want you guys aware that that's an option here in the US. So you don't just have to throw stuff away. You can pass it along to people in need. And I know some people are like, why do people in need makeup? Well, a lot of women need to go, like they want to go on job interviews. They've had to leave, you know, maybe leave everything of their possessions behind them. And maybe they're like me. They need makeup to feel just a little bit of normal in their very chaotic and scary present and possibly future. So that's why I position that I don't have to return stuff that doesn't work for me. Like if it's the wrong color or something like that and I can't make it work, I just pass it along to Project Beauty Share. I know not everybody is in that spot financially, etc. But I am, and so I like to do that. But that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I will leave the link for Project Beauty Share down below. They have a whole list of items that they accept. They do hygiene, they do personal care like tampons, pads, panty liners. They'll do like curling irons, brushes, shower gels. They do a whole host of things along with the makeup. So check them out if you can. And like I said, I send a flat rate box. I don't record it for my taxes or anything like that. I know some people do. I don't. But yeah, that's it. That's enough rambling, Misty. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, week, night, whenever this goes up. I have no idea. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. I love your faces. Bye for now.